All right, music fans, welcome back. It's Dave, the Real Music Observer. I'm observing real music in real time for real people just like you right there and just like yours truly here. Sorry, we've had some video technical difficulties again as I'm trying to manage my equipment and sometimes it manages me. Steve Perry and exploitation. That's the topic of this video. First of all, I believe Steve Perry is exploiting himself, or his management team is helping Steve market himself and, sort of get his name back out there, which really, it's just like pushing a car just a little bit just to make it fall over the cliff. It doesn't take a lot, folks. Next, on the big screen, Journey live in concert, Hartford, Connecticut. Somebody sent me this picture, and lo and behold, Steve Perry and a younger version of Neil Schon. Of course, it's a younger version of Steve Perry too, but this is kind of like Journey in their heyday. Behind the stage as the current lineup, including singer Arnel Pineda, talk about looking over your shoulder. That brings a whole new meaning to that phrase. Is Steve back there? Is he back there? I better sing well, because Steve's back there to remind everybody of how great Steve is or was. Wow, that's just, it's like I'm the new quarterback, but there's a picture of the old quarterback behind me. Look, as much as I think it's nostalgic to look back at Perry, that's just, to me, if I'm Arnel, that's just making me nervous. That's just making me feel like I have no job security here. To make matters worse, Jonathan Cain the other day, like 2 days before the tour kicked off, in an interview, said, and I quote, "The door is always open for Steve Perry to come back anytime he wants." Holy crap, Batman. Yeah, I haven't said that in a while. So here's my thesis on this, okay? And it's, again, when I talk this way, I'm giving you a theory, okay? I did this last summer a lot. People get on me. What do you mean? It's a theory, all right? Based on the information that I have, and I have some insight to the band from the inside of the band, but I can tell you just from doing my own research here, this all is just to make these downloads sell, these concert tickets sell. It gives Perry something to do, because he's needed something to do other than kick around the house. Hopefully, he'll find more work to do. He's got a bunch of songs apparently in the can. He doesn't seem like he wants to release those songs to the general public, but his name is out there. So Steve is basically marketing, you could say exploiting himself. Journey themselves, they're using it. Jonathan Cain, in his book, The Man, the Myth, the Legend, the Cosmos, and the song, Don't Stop Believin', which, by the way, was also part of SNL's finale. I think that was their finale last Saturday, where they had the president and sort of a mock-up of the whole Sopranos thing happening. Again, Don't Stop Believin', the song that just won't stop playing and giving, was part of the weekend. When you think of that, and then you think of, just all of this talk about Don't Stop Believin', which just doesn't stop. Excuse me, sorry. Look, all of this is designed to generate more interest, obviously in Journey, obviously in their music, but there is Steve Perry exploitation going on. When you say that the door is always open, what are fanatical fans going to do? Oh my gosh, let's buy a ticket. I mean, I know Arnel is singing, and maybe he's okay. We'll put up with Arnel tonight, because you never know. The door is always open, and maybe Steve will do a Lou Graham, and he'll show up. They have a show at Jones Beach. I don't think they do, because they were just in that neck of the woods, and I think they're going to be in Albany. So Maybe Lou Gramm will show up tonight instead of Steve Perry. That would be really cool, actually, if Lou Gramm showed up and they did like Hot Blooded or something. I think with Neil Schon on guitar for Hot Blooded, that would be sick. All right, so wrapping up this video, folks, all of these coincidental little Steve Perry things. Steve Perry's all over John Kane's book, by the way, and people are buying it because they want to know about Steve. That's sorry, John. I mean, is there any Steve stuff in there? Because we want to know about Steve. Oh yeah, there's Steve stuff. I've listened to the whole book. Yep. So, if you're wondering, I think it's choreographed. That's my theory. Does it mean anything? Probably not. I would say there's a 95% chance it doesn't mean anything. Although Steve Perry is one very unpredictable guy. Okay? He is, you just never know where he's going to show up. If you're going to make your return to music and you're going to step on stage with a band called the Eels, all right? Who nobody had pretty much heard of before that, got the Eels on the map more than it got Steve Perry back into music. If you're going to do something like that, you're going to do something crazy probably when people least expect it. So that's my video. Draw your own conclusions. I've drawn mine, and I just think it's all about the cash register for everybody. And I guess there's nothing wrong with that unless you just really want to see Steve Perry make an honest-to-goodness comeback. All right, I'm done. See you soon.